Hi folks, Chris Martin here, and I've been recapping the World Diplomacy Championships held at Weaselmoot in Chicago from the summer of 2016. And there's been a delay since the last video, which was recapping the fall of 1908. And I'm going to tell you what that reason is. The reason is, I knew at the time that I'd had some technical difficulties, and I'd lost some video. Unfortunately, I lost all of 1909 and the spring of 1910, and that has made it really difficult to put together something that makes sense, and it's been kind of heartbreaking because this has been such a good project. I really felt strong about it, and then, what are you going to do? Well, we're not going to let it go unfinished. I've got the fall of 1910, so let's take a look at where we are right now, where we're going to be when I pick up with the new video, and we'll just make the best of this, and hopefully we can do a better job when we do this next time. So, this map, as you see it here that we're looking at, this is the map at the beginning of the spring of 1909. And we have Russia and Austria fighting, with Austria owning Warsaw, but kind of strung out, not really well together, and at the same time he's been run in on by Italy. France and Italy really engaged in a naval battle in the Mediterranean, while England is pressing hard with 2 fleets on the Mid-Atlantic Ocean. Now, at this point in the game, Nathan Barnes is still the board topper, but Chris Brand in Italy is coming up close behind, and as is Adam Silverman in England. So let's pause this for a second here and take a look at the map where I pick us back up. So it's a little different. A lot happened in 1909 and the beginning of 1910, and that's why it's really kicking my ass that I haven't been able to get that for you guys. So, as you can see, Russia won the war with Austria for a given value of won the war. Peter Jürgen's Austria has been reduced to the single center in Warsaw. And at the same time, Chris Brand has mopped up. He took Budapest, and on the other side, we have Adam Silverman having taken Denmark and Belgium. So he's at 8 now. So what's going to happen here as we go into what, spoiler alert, is the final season of the game. In order to win, you have to have one more dot than anybody else. So let's take a listen to some of the video. Let's take a look at the moves, and then let's see who the world champion is.
Just requested you don't after your next day, I was having said that,
So we've learned some valuable information there. There's been some draw proposals happening in 1909 and 1910, and Andrew has been voting them down until he's eliminated Peter, which he can do as long as his supports aren't cut. And that's something that certainly Adam might do if he was looking to try and sneak into Moscow somehow, or pick up another dot somewhere else. But he says, no. So let's take a look at Mr. Goff's conversation with Mr. Brand. Very short one. See what happens next.
Cool. Are we otherwise more good? You'll take a draw any minute.
Of course.
So here we learn that, yes, Chris Brand will take a draw that makes him the world champion. Well spotted, Mr. Goff. Okay, let's take a look at Mr. Goff talking to Doug Moore to see what they have to say here at the end of the game. A couple world champions talking to each other here at the end of the 2016 World Championships.
Jürgen first or me first?
Oh, Jürgen, I have no issue with you at all. It will be sad if your daughter here
Well, I think you're the only one that's went back at this point.
I'm moving to Berlin, but I'm not supporting myself. So if you want to move Berlin to Silesia, then you'll block yourself.
No, I'm not ready.
Sure it can't happen.
Well, you might.
I'm not trying to take it out, so Jürgen can jump off a cliff. In fact, I'll push him off. Yeah. All right, we didn't mean it literally, Chris.
So again, Goff is letting him know that he's going to be poking at Berlin, but unless he walks out, and hey, would you be willing to walk out? Yeah, no. So he's going to finish off Warsaw, eliminate Peter, and he knocks wood and hopes that Doug survives the turn as well. All right, last one here. Let's get Andrew Goff talking to Nathan Barnes. And unfortunately, that's all the video we have here for the fall of 1910. So let's take a look at what they have to say to each other as they go into this last season of negotiations.
Berlin. Well, I bolted Berlin because I had to cut it. Because Warsaw would go to Warsaw to Prussia, supported by Berlin. I had to cut Berlin in order to get rid. Okay. That is what I'm doing. If you wish to support me in it, that would be
I don't. I'm push for you in there, but I'd like to have it.
Well, you have two units, so me it doesn't.
It does it. Russia's walking around Berlin.
Then you have Prussia. Oh no, I see what you're saying. No, Prussia's taking it.
So it looks grim for our two remaining one-center powers here, as Nathan Barnes argues that he is going to take Berlin. And I can see that I have got the map wrong, and that Russia isn't in Livonia, he's in Prussia. I'm not going to go back and fix that. We're just going to have to deal with it. So you just have to remember, when we go through the moves, that I've got this wrong here, and Livonia is really in Prussia. I set that up mistakenly. Okay, still, moving forward. Here we go. You and I know this is the last turn. So, Chris Brand, Italy is on 11. And the only dots he has at risk are Constantinople. He can't do anything about that. He loses it if Andrew Goff wants to take it. And Budapest, which he would have to be crazy to lose with just a naked Romania to Budapest. So he is going to be on 10 or 11. Now, what could he pick up? He could pick up Bulgaria to go to 11-12. He could swing at Bulgaria, swing at Romania, and swing at Marseille. That's it. He doesn't have a lot of growth this season, but he is very sure to stay around 10 or 11. Nathan Barnes. He doesn't have any risk for Marseille. He can cover that from the Gulf of Lyon. He's got 2 on Belgium, but he's got Holland at risk as well here. Something is gonna go here, and if he and Adam are fighting over that, you know, one of them's gonna get something, the other one's gonna get the other, or maybe not. Maybe one of them is psychic here. He could. So let's see here. Nathan is on 9, and if he gets Berlin, that's 10, and if he gets Belgium, that's 11. Which could be enough to win it. Adam is on 8. He doesn't have any growth down here. He doesn't have any growth over here. The only thing he has left that he can get is Holland this season. And he has to try and hold Belgium at the same time. So 9. 9 probably isn't going to be enough with us knowing that the game is ending right here. And similarly, even if Mr. Goff gets Warsaw and doesn't lose anything, he'll go to 6. That's not going to be enough since we know this is the last turn. But remember that they don't know this. So they're still playing for position, still thinking about it. But as far as the clock on the wall is concerned, they know if it's not this year, it's probably next year. So with all that, let's read the orders and see what happened here in the fall of 1910.
Yorkshire unordered, Belgium to the English Channel, Sweden to Denmark, Barents to Norway, St. Petersburg to St. Petersburg, North convoys Eddie to Holland, Helgoland supports Eddie to Holland.
Eddie.
And Helgoland what?
Supported that.
The man, the legend.
Aegean to Greece.
What?
Aegean to Greece.
I don't think Mr. Maletsky is still in the game.
Dave Maletsky is back.
I'm just reading what's written. North of Lyon to Spain,
Sorry.
Munich to Ruhr, Bohemia to Munich, Silesia to Berlin, Picardy to Belgium, English supports Picardy to Belgium, Kiel supports Silesia to Berlin.
I don't know.
Picardy to Belgium. Sorry, it's like this.
Yeah, he's knocked out of Belgium.
Yes. I think it's popped. Baltic to Berlin, Black to Bulgaria, Moscow supports Prussia to Warsaw, Rum to Bulgaria. Berlin supports Silesia to Prussia. Tunis supports Tyrrhenian supports Tunis. Greece to Aegean. Piedmont supports Tyrolia supports Vienna to Bohemia. Trieste to Budapest. Serbia supports Trieste to Budapest. Galicia to
Budapest.
Serbia supported that, and Galicia to Silesia. That's picked, right?
And Warsaw and Berlin.
Thank you for the
Is
game.
that
Sad. Good game.
everything's red?
Good game. Austria. Good game. Germany. Doug and Peter.
Austria, 0.
What's happened here?
Germany, 0. France, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's correct.
Oh, is it?
England, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Italy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I'm on 6.
He builds. All right, so it's France +1. World champion, Chris Brand. All right. Speech.
That is legitimately disappointing.
All right.
I have nothing.
All right. We'll let him off the hook here.
So there you have it. Chris Brand, your world champion of diplomacy for 2016. And in a pretty decisive fashion here as well. If you look at the board from here, imagine play is continuing on. You've got to like the Italian position. I have to say, I would have liked to see him push forward. He could have walked into Marseille there. He could have walked in the Gulf of Leon and the Western Med and North Africa to just kind of really secure it, to lock it down, to make sure that there was no way that Nathan snuck a build back in. You'll notice that if Adam had played it slightly differently, North Sea supporting Belgium, Helge and Bite could have just walked into Holland instead of just having a little swap there and getting that fleet blown up. That, you know, where's Russia going to go from here? There's going to have to be a lot of collaboration and teamwork, and obviously Nathan's going to have a hard time holding this against concerted opposition. So at the end of the day, you say GG, Chris Brand, really well played. So where do we go from here? Next week, I'm going to be in San Jose for the Badass Whipping Tournament, and so will 6 of the players on this board. So we're going to get together. We're going to get Dave Maletsky, who's going to be in Florida. He's the odd man out. We're going to get him to call in, and we're going to do a roundtable. We're going to talk about what happened. I'll collect that video. Hopefully I won't lose any of it. And we will. I will do a final wrap up. We'll look at the board as we move year by year. We'll do a little analysis. We'll do a little breakdown, and then that'll be it. That'll be a wrap for this for the World Championships of Diplomacy for 2016. So I hope to have that up in a much more timely fashion than this video came up. Until then, I'm Chris Martin, and I'll stab you soon.